Hey everyone, Frank here. If you're watching this video right now, there's a good chance you're doing what millions of Americans are doing every single day, checking your bank account, refreshing the screen, and asking yourself, where is my $2,000 check? And I understand that feeling more than you know. Back in 2020, I remember waiting for that first stimulus check, wondering how I was going to keep the lights on just one more month. That kind of stress stays with you. And that's exactly why today's topic has so many people anxious, frustrated, and honestly confused, because President Trump has just revealed yet another new timeline for the proposed $2,000 checks. Checks that would supposedly be funded by tariff income, and what he said has left millions of Americans shocked. But here's the problem: the timeline keeps changing. First, it was early 2026, then it became mid-2026. Now, something very different. So stick with me, because in this video, I'm going to break down what was actually said, who would qualify if this happens, when you might realistically see this money, and whether these checks are even likely at all. Because when it comes to government payments, the truth is always more complicated than the headlines. And if you make $100,000 or less, and an extra $2,000 would help you pay rent, buy groceries, cover prescriptions, or catch up on bills, then this video is for you. Quick favor before we dive in: if this kind of information helps you, hit that subscribe button. I break down updates like this every single week, so everyday people like us aren't left in the dark. All right, let's get into what has everyone confused. President Trump has now said that these proposed $2,000 dividend checks could be sent out toward the end of 2026. Yes, the end of the year. And that's why people are shocked. Here's why. Last year, around Halloween, President Trump said these checks could go out in 2026. Then his White House economic advisor, Kevin Hassett, said it could happen within the first 3 months of 2026, January, February, maybe March. We're already past that window. Then, just a few months ago, Trump said mid-2026, and now we're hearing late 2026. So naturally, people are asking, which is it? Early, mid, or late 2026? And this right here is the biggest issue. According to analysts, there's one major reason the timeline keeps shifting: midterm elections. Experts believe President Trump wants to rebuild trust with everyday Americans, and history shows that direct payments do exactly that. Remember during the pandemic, those stimulus checks literally had Donald J. Trump's name printed on them. And whether you like that or not, it worked. Support among low and middle-income Americans increased, because people remembered who helped them when they needed it most. Many analysts believe this could be the same strategy, sending $2,000 checks right before voters head to the polls. That's not random. That's political strategy. Now, I want to be completely honest with you. This is the part that should concern everyone. Kevin Hassett previously said that Congress would need to approve these checks, meaning the House and Senate would have to pass a bill. But more recently, President Trump said something very different. In an interview with the New York Times, he claimed he does not need congressional approval and that he could do this through executive action using funds from other sources. The problem? He never explained exactly what those sources are. Some legal experts say limited executive action might be possible. Others say it's unrealistic and legally impossible without Congress. And here's the biggest red flag of all. There is currently no proposal in Congress, no House bill, no Senate bill, nothing. That means even if Congress is required, there's nothing to vote on yet. Let's talk about what we do know. According to Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent, anyone making $100,000 or less would qualify. That includes single filers and married couples under that threshold. We don't yet know if there would be additional money for dependents, but based on past payments, that's possible. This would likely help seniors on Social Security, veterans on fixed incomes, people receiving SSI or SSDI, unemployed workers, families struggling with rising costs. And yes, even if you normally don't file taxes, you would likely still qualify. Here's something most people don't know. Treasury Secretary Bessent told Reuters that the U.S. Treasury reportedly has $774 billion available right now. That's billion with a B. President Trump has repeatedly said that tariffs have generated massive revenue, enough to fund these payments. So the issue isn't whether the government can afford it. The real question is, will they actually follow through? Interestingly, this idea has support on both sides of the aisle. Democrats say checks are needed because rent is unaffordable, groceries keep rising, families are struggling. Republicans and President Trump frame it as a dividend paid back to Americans from tariff income. Same $2,000. Different justification. Does the reason matter if the money shows up in your account? Maybe not. But it does affect whether it happens. Instead of waiting and stressing, here's how you can prepare. Step 1. Make sure your information is updated with the IRS. If you've moved or changed bank accounts, file a 2025 return, even if you normally don't. Step 2. Set up direct deposit with the IRS. It's always faster than paper checks. Step 3. Don't wait on Washington. Visit benefits.gov and check programs you may qualify for right now. SNAP, utility assistance, rental help. Step 4. Stay informed, but don't drive yourself crazy. I'll bring you real updates when they actually happen. If this breakdown is helping you, tap like so more people can see it. Here's my honest opinion. Do I think these checks could happen in 2026? Yes, it's possible. But the shifting timelines, lack of legislation, and conflicting messages make the when very uncertain. Would $2,000 help millions of Americans? Absolutely. The question isn't whether people need it. The question is whether Washington delivers. I know you're tired of waiting. I know you're tired of promises changing. And I know you feel like nobody is listening, but you're not alone. So here's what I need from you. Subscribe so you don't miss real updates. Turn on notifications. Comment below and answer this. Do you believe President Trump will send these checks in 2026? What would $2,000 mean for you? Groceries, rent, bills, or debt? If you support these checks, write, I support $2,000 checks because our voices matter. I read every comment and your stories matter. I've linked helpful assistance resources below that can help you right now without waiting on Congress. Thanks for watching. Remember, we're in this together, and I'll see you in the next video.